Hello, this is Erin, and you're listening to the Higher Hopes Counseling Podcast. I wanted to talk to you just briefly about raising grateful children. How do we, in an era of immediate gratification and I want moreness, do we raise children who are grateful and thankful for what they have? I look at my own child's life and all that he's been blessed with, and it's so easy for him to construct a new shopping list for his birthday or for Christmas. I want this and I want that. And then I often am left wondering, is he even grateful for what he has? Does he really, truly know how blessed he is? So how do we raise children who are grateful and thankful? Sometimes I've heard parents who take their kids on mission trips and they show them what life is really like on the other side, and that seems to open their eyes. But for those of us who don't have that opportunity to fly our children or take our children somewhere where people have less than us, how do we raise them to be truly grateful? Well, I think it starts with us. I think it starts with parents who are truly grateful. I know so many people who have so much stuff they haven't touched in months, if not years. It just gets shuffled around from closet to closet, and they're bypassing the very things that they own, the very blessings that they have. They might want to start a new hobby that they never follow through with, or we might pick up a ton of books at the half-price bookstore that we never read. It's those kind of daily behaviors that show the example that we can accumulate stuff that we have nothing to do with, for our children. So it's really, really important that we understand that we need to show that we are grateful and that we are thankful. And we show that we are grateful and we are thankful by interacting, a little frog in my throat, that we are grateful and thankful by interacting with the things that we have, with the blessings that we've received. When we realize that every good thing we have comes from the Lord, then we realize that everything that we have is good and it should be used in our lives. Accumulating stuff, new toys, new games, new things to fill closets is not the way to live our lives. We need to be interacting with the things that we've been given and using them wisely and using them well and using them in general. That's what makes us grateful for what we have when we interact with all of these belongings. And that's an easy example for us parents to set. If you have a slew of things that you haven't touched in months, you could just spend a few weeks going through each of them and interacting with your belongings. Things you don't use, you can donate to someone else. A shelter or a local thrift store that's attached to a charity is always a great idea. A way for you to show, we have no use of this anymore, but this can bless someone else. I am recording live, so this little frog in my throat is going to try to make this uncomfortable for both of us. I apologize. Going back to the thanks conversation, we can go beyond just interacting with what we have. We can really show our children verbally that we're thankful for things. Sometimes we think that we're grateful, and when I say we think, I'm not saying that we think it, but it's not true. We actually do think it in our brains. We think, I am grateful for this. Oh, this is so amazing. Thank you so much for this. But we don't go that extra mile to really show our thanks to other people. And sometimes there are countless hands and lots of sacrifice that go into getting us the things that people give us or the blessings that we've received. When my son receives a gift, I often have a conversation with him that reminds him that the people who gave him this gift not only paid for it, but that was a part of their budget that they took out of their own money for him. They could have used that on anything else, but they chose to sacrifice that part of their budget for him. And then they also took time to go find the gift, to drive around to stores, to order it online, whatnot. But they've sacrificed time and money. And I want him to understand that someone made a special effort beyond just, I got you this. Oh yeah, thanks. That's awesome. There should be more to the gratitude. There should be an understanding, an empathetic understanding of the gift that was given and the sacrifices and the time and the effort that went into those things. We need to think about people who have loved and encouraged us and helped us and believed in us and be thankful for that. It's so important that we as adults stop and thank the people that have poured into our lives, and we do so within earshot of our kids and even our spouses. If we want to change the attitude in our home to an attitude of gratitude, we need to be exemplifying this in our behavior, which means if your mom has done something really nice, pick up the phone in front of your kids and call her and say, thanks. That was really sweet of you. I'm really appreciative. If your boss is giving you some extra time off to deal with a family problem, then take a few moments to have the entire family sign the card and send it off to say thanks when you're dealing with that issue. That helps them be a part of that gratitude and thankfulness. And then there's always a fun activity that you can do with your kids where you make a list of the 7 people you want to thank this week. And that sounds like a big number for a lot of people when you think, well, no one's ever done anything for me, or I don't even know who to thank. But I bet if you stopped with your kids and your spouse, if they're in the picture, you could stop and you could come up with 7 people you're thankful for. I'm thankful for my teacher who helped me with that math problem. I'm thankful for my coach. I'm thankful for my youth leader. I'm thankful for my neighbors who made sure that my trash was taken out on Friday when I forgot, which seems to be a habit in our house. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful for you, kids. I'm thankful for you, the sunshine and joy you bring in my life. What better way to show your children that you're thankful by showing them that you're thankful for them? That would be a remarkable thing for them to hear you say, I'm thankful for you, and to say it in a way that really is astute and really tuned into this attitude of gratitude. So that's the basics of being thankful and showing your kids and starting to change that attitude in your home. Giving away what you don't need and giving it to those who are in need of it, where it can do more good. Being thankful, making that thankful list together, not just by yourself, but making it together. I have a book in my home that sits in our entryway. That's our thanks book. And anyone can open it. Anyone, neighbors, friends, kids, it doesn't matter. Anyone can open it at any time and read through the things that we've been thankful for, but they can also add to it. So if they've received some sort of blessing and they want to just build that altar before the Lord and say thank you and be reminded of that and remind others, they can just jot it down in our thanks book. And I love it. It was given to me by a friend, my friend Kelly, who gave me that book. And I'm thankful to her for that book. And I've shared that with her. I've let her know that that gift really had an impact on our family. And she knows that we have that. And I think she's even begun one. She didn't even know she was giving that to me and that would be the use of it. But it's turned into that for her and her family as well. So you can thank the people in your life. You can build this kind of an altar concept, which we see in the Bible, where we're told to stop and remember what the Lord has done. So you can have a thankful book, or you can make this list of 7 people. You can have an attitude of gratitude by interacting with the blessings that you've received, whether it's people's time and love and encouragement and interacting with them and saying thank you, or the things that you've been given by using them and using them well and not letting them just collect dust in the back of a closet or on a shelf somewhere. I hope this has helped. These are just little tips and tricks that can start to change the attitude in your home. Remember, all change starts with you. You can't change other people before you change yourself. It just doesn't work. That's just a way of manipulation and control. And if we're really, truly wanting those around us to change and we really want to see a brighter future, we need to work on ourselves first. So implement these attitude of gratitude changes in yourself. Let the people in your family know that you are doing it so they're aware of your interactivity with this idea and mindset, and then you'll see changes. You can include them or ask them to be a part of this process, and they'll want to do it because they'll see the joy it brings you and the joy it brings the people who have blessed you in your lives. So thank you for dealing with my frog in my throat. The winter has set in here in Texas, and so I'm obviously struggling through that. But I thank you so much for your time. I truly am thankful that you have listened in. I'm thankful that you've given me the few minutes that we've had together. I hope that this has helped you. I hope this has poured into your life and into your family. And if you have any questions at all whatsoever, you have an idea for a podcast or a question even, always remember, you can visit me at higherhopescounseling.com or shoot me an email at contact, CONTACT, at higherhopescounseling.com. I'll be sure to get your topic or your question on air, and I thank you so much. And as we go into this season of thankfulness and this Thanksgiving holiday, I hope that this will be your best season of thanks, and you'll all have an attitude of gratitude like never before. Thanks. See you next time. Ciao.